Do you think it'll be the case of a couple of places pick it up and then everyone else goes, oh, they're doing it, so we need to jump on that?
It will, but because you have a value chain, it's like first bank has to develop it, then an aggregator has to aggregate it, then a PSP has to also have it. We have to promote it to merchants and have merchants align for it, and then also explain it to the user and educate to the customer. So there is a massive value chain that simply has a lag in the adoption, and that's normal because we are in a business of like multi-chain business. But again, as most of the payment methods that are new, it takes time to adopt it. But this one has a real chance because everyone within the value chain actually benefits from it.
And do you think it's a case of we need to be a bit patient because there are so many steps in the process, and so we need to be patient that it's going to take a while, or we need to be really sort of gung-ho about it because it is going to take a while to get through all of those steps, and so we need to persevere a bit more?
Yeah, I think we can do more because for whatever reason, regulators and PSD3, it's not enough, unfortunately, and they are much more behind compared to where industry is running. So I think that's something that perhaps regulators should look into, because again, like for example, most of the commercial VRP proposals are bilateral agreements between the banks and let's say the PIS company. So that creates a bit of a friction because if different banks have different commercial models, different liabilities, it is not scalable. So that's something that would definitely require some industry standardization, and that's something that hopefully the SPA scheme and the PCR in the UK will do. But meanwhile, we're still dealing with bilateral agreements and understandings by the top banks that kind of own the majority of the users. And we start there to show that it works, and then move it to the regulatory perspective or landscape.